Hello everybody, this is FTC Team 20125 here again, and today we have a video about how to install SlothLoad onto your Android Studio. So a lot of you guys might have noticed that when you're uploading code, it's really slow, right? ADB says it's done uploading in around 40 seconds, when in reality it's close to a minute to 2 minutes. So given that you upload code very frequently in your FTC season, this is very time wasting, right? And the reason why the upload code time is so long is because when you do upload code onto a robot, Android Studio also uploads a lot of these libraries, as you can see here, onto the robot, and you don't really change these libraries, right? So that's just a lot of wasted time. So SlothLoad is a library extension that makes it so you can basically upload only the code in your TeamCode, so only the code that you've changed, and so you save a lot more time by doing this. So you can reduce your upload time to about 3 to 5 seconds. Right, so now let's actually install SlothLoad. So I have just a quick start PedroPathing folder project here. You can just get this directly from cloning the PedroPathing GitHub repository, and it just has all the build dependencies on whatever, because PedroPathing, the quick start, is pretty good for getting these build dependencies like FTC panels. So to actually install SlothLoad, you can just go to its documentation, so FTC SlothLoad, search this up, get the first page, go into the first page you find, and now this is the documentation. You can see this is the README here. So I'll admit the first time reading this is a bit confusing. Not all of the documentation is perfect, but it is overall very good. Right, so SlothLoad is a library that's part of a larger library database called Dairy. So you can also install a bunch of other Dairy libraries if you want. So you can see, just follow this documentation if you want to do it. For me personally, I don't think they're that useful to our team right now. So I will just be installing SlothLoad. So go to here and now start the tutorial. So since we're not using other Dairy libraries, we can just install this right here. And now you can just put this in your TeamCode build Gradle, put this in dependencies. Make sure you're not putting it in the actual build dependencies Gradle. These two are two entirely different things, right? So and make sure it's your TeamCode build Gradle and not your FTC robot Gradle or your quick start Gradle. Now that you've done that, you can keep moving on to the tutorial. Load the plugin, just copy this, put it at the very top of your TeamCode Gradle, and then apply the plugin like so. This is pretty self-explanatory. And now you're done with the importation. Now there's some additional stuff if you want to do it. Dairy also has a library for improving FTC dashboard. In my opinion, FTC panels is better, but if you want to install it, you can just copy this. This is just to install all the other Dairy libraries. Copy this and then paste it in your, just paste it in here. Now, you can just copy this and then paste it in your dependencies in your TeamCode Gradle again. And if you are using Roadrunner, make sure you copy this into your dependencies on your TeamCode Gradles as well. But I'm using PedroPathing, so I don't have to do that. And now, for your panels, this is the better version. If you installed the PedroPathing Quick Start, you will already have panels basically fully set up, as you can see here. But if you don't, you can just copy this and then paste it in here again. Okay, so now that you're done with that, you just have to sync the Gradle to your actual project and wait a bit, and it'll take like 1 to 2 minutes. Oh, okay. So since mine's already done, hopefully yours is as fast as mine. It's okay if it isn't. And now you actually have to actually kind of execute your SlothLoad, right? So to do this, you can just follow here. This part is a bit confusing. Some parts of it are a bit confusing, but it's fine. I'll take you through it. So go into your TeamCode, and then click Edit Configurations on the top left here. click the plus sign, and then click New Gradle Configuration, like this. Now add a name for this. I'll name it SlothLoad. And now this is the important part under your run here. So you want to type exactly this into it. So :TeamCode :deploy sloth, like this. Now just note there won't be a suggestion here. As you can see, there are suggestions here, but you will not get a suggestion for deploy sloth. You just have to type it in exactly as so. And now under Gradle project, this part is a bit confusing, but just do the default page pathing. Don't change dairy, because that's just the quick start name of their repository, not ours. Right? Make sure you don't change. Make sure this isn't TeamCode here. This will break your code. Make sure it's the parent repository. So now you're done with that, and now you can just click apply, and you have finished your SlothLoad. Now just go into Android app and TeamCode. Now scroll down, go into before launch, add one, and add run Gradle task. Here you want your Gradle project to be TeamCode, and your tasks to be type it in exactly as it is here. Remove sloth remote, like this. And then you want to shift it up. So now you click OK, and you want to highlight this and move up above Gradle aware make. And now you're done. Click apply, click OK, and yeah, you should be done setting up SlothLoad. Now all you need to do is click your TeamCode again, and under here you can see you have a SlothLoad option here. You can click this. The first time you run it, it might be a bit slow because it's installing all of the repositories that you need. And so yeah, now your upload times are much faster. For me, since I'm not connected to the robot right now, it will return an error at the end that says adb.exe, no device is found. But once you do connect to a robot via Wi-Fi, it should work, right? So yeah, as you can see, my code's already done, and you can see there's an error here which will be fixed once you connect to a robot Wi-Fi and connect via ADB. But now if you run it again, you can see this is much faster than if you were to run Android Studio without SlothLoad, right? That was literally 2 seconds. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial today. Hopefully you can incorporate SlothLoad into your own files or into your own projects, and hopefully you guys can save a lot of time. So thank you for listening to this presentation. Yeah, have a nice day.